models valuable skills every day, works in teams, coaches other students, and is a great leader. And these are a few of the descriptors that describe these students that are with us this morning. And as we get started, before I go any further, I would like the principals to introduce the people who are with them today, and we'll start with Capitol View.
Everybody? Good thing I brought my notes. Hi, I'm Marcia Kerper, the principal at Capitol View. And we are actually still waiting on a student who had surgery this week on her cochlear implant. She's coming in. Oh, there she is. Good, good. Come on up here. Okay, we'll not put her on the spot. Amy Gummer, teacher, and her student, Mas Kumkwandi. And I've been working on that last name all year, for 2 years actually. And his mother, Janet, are here. Mrs. Aguirre and her student, Angel Dieguez Perez, and his mother, Madeline. And we have, let's see, we'll get to Hazel in a minute. Mr. Willie, and actually his student, Hazel Melcher. Hello, glad you're here, sweetie. And her mother, Genesis, and her little brother, Damien. Okay. And Alex Pals, and her student, Veronica Delara, and her parents, Veronica and Andres. And little sister, whose name is? What? Oh, daycare friend. Okay. We have our bilingual family liaison to interpret for our parents, Elizabeth Stevenson. And we have Adriel Monlock, who is our Capitol View Community Schools coordinator, and Ursula Dierauer, who is here for sign language interpretation with Hazel. Who have I missed? Okay, good.
And Barb Adams is our principal from Findlay.
So you're going to get to hear from these wonderful children today. Many of you know Bob Williams. Bob told me he just had to go off the Y board, but I know you see him at Kiwanis or you see him at school all the time. Shire, I'm going to have you stand up. Shire Williams, a fantastic 5th grader. Ja'Cory Hinton, another fantastic 5th grader. Anthony, a fantastic 5th grader. And Anthony, I'm going to have you introduce your mama and Jose. Okay. Come right here. Hold it close. Yep.
This is my mother.
That's just what I said, didn't he?
Her name is Maclovia Aguilar.
And my
And my little brother, Jose.
thank you. Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you. We're going to have 2 parts to our program, and I hope we'll get through it. Each student is going to have a teacher come up and talk about them for 4 or 5 minutes about their strengths and their positive outlook towards life. And then I hope to have the students come up with them. And if the student wants to say anything at the end of their teacher's comments, the student can say a very short thing. Doesn't have to say much, but we would like to have the students add in if they would like to. And I'm going to put a little board here or a step stool here so the students can stand up and be high enough to be seen. We're going to start out with Capitol View, and I would like the first student and his spokesperson, Angel Dieguez Perez, to come up.
I'm Mrs. Aguirre, Angel's teacher, and our 5th grade students here have created a small little speech that they would like to share with them.
My name is Angel and I like my family. My parents take good care of me. I can only see my dad 1 day a week because he works so hard. I was born in Des Moines, but moved back to Guatemala until I was in 4th grade. I have one little brother and he likes to play with cars. I like to go to the store with my family. Sometimes I get toys or games. I collect Hot Wheels with my brother. We like to play Hot Wheels. We play an electronic game where we build tracks and race cars. The best thing about the school is when my teacher gives lessons on math. Thank you.
Okay, Veronica Delara.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Pals, and I'm going to help introduce my student, Veronica.
Hello, my name is Veronica, and I want to talk a little bit about myself. I have 3 sisters and 1 brother. One of my favorite things to do during free time is enjoy time with my dog, Oreo. He is a black lab, and he hates taking selfies. Something I love about school is to be able to see everybody smile and enjoy learning. A hobby I have is writing poems and going to Half Pints Poetry Club. We presented one of our poems in a competition and we won 2nd place. As we say, it was not about the poet, it was about the poetry. I enjoy that.
I guess the students from Capital View are going to speak for themselves. Okay, I will try to get this last name. Mas Kumandi.
That's not bad, Bob.
It helps to have lived in foreign countries in Africa for a while.
It's only taken me this long to figure it out too, and I've had them all year, so.
Hello, my name is Mas and I was chosen to come here, which I'm very grateful for. I have 4 brothers and 1 sister. One brother is 18 and lives with me and my parents, and he's on the wing. I have 2 half-brothers and they are okay. I have a 4th stepbrother, which I've never seen. My favorite subject at school is reading because I like to read stuff. My hobbies are sketching and playing video games. I mostly play video games and maybe talk to people. I was born in 2007 in Iowa. My parents were born in Thailand in the 70s. I transferred to Capital View from Ruby Care since my parents got a new house, and it was kind of hard to say goodbye to that school neighborhood. What I like about this school is it's a place to learn things and helps you prepare for the higher grades. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, and Hazel Melkor.
Hello, I'm Mr. Willie, and this is my most amazing student, Hazel.
Hi, my name is Hazel. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. My favorite thing at school is math. I was born in California, but I moved to Iowa when I was 4. My favorite thing outside of school is practice my recorder, and I speak English and a little Spanish and sign language.
Okay, and now we will move to Capital View. Or Fenway. Pardon. Too much stuff going on this morning. Let's have Anthony Perez Aguilar come up, and his teacher is Mr. Williams.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've been lucky enough to have Anthony in my room this year, and with that, at Findlay, it's a little bit smaller school, so I'm the only teacher that came with Mrs. Adams. The other teachers are back minding the store, and with that, I'm going to introduce all the 3 students from Findlay Elementary. But Anthony, at Findlay, we try to inspire that learning and take ownership of their learning, and so we also had them come up with a little something.
Anthony, will you stand up on the step?
My name is Anthony. When I was 1 year old, my family moved from Mexico to Des Moines. So of course I can speak 2 languages. But I have 2 brothers and I am the middle boy. I feel like being around my dad. When we go to farm, feed our horses, and we start to send 1 horse back to Mexico. At school, I play the trombone and I am pretty good. Thank you for this honor.
Anthony's kind of soft-spoken, but he's a very gentle man. And with that, he's a big friend for everybody in the class, and he really does a great job of learning. He is very responsible, and I'm proud to have him and get to know him.
Next we have Sherry Williams, not Mr. Williams' daughter.
Shair is in Miss Boudreau's room, and just a lot of great things that she's not even in my room, but I know that she is a great singer. In fact, we practiced on the way over, and so I'll let her tell about her.
Hello, my name is Shair, and I go to Findlay Elementary. When I'm older, I want to start my own business, which is to run a hospital for people with cancer. I also want to start racism, work at a tattoo shop, and give clothes to homeless people. I also would think I'd be a good president. One of my favorite things about school, I love art, music, I love exercising in PE, and I love going to the library because I love to read books. I love being in 5th grade and helping other students. Thank you.
She failed to mention that she's also a great actress as well. She was part of the lioness in the Lion King performance that we just had.
And our last but not least, Jakuri Hinton.
Jakuri is in Mrs. Smith's class, and with that, she has to listen to me sing and practice quite a bit. So she's very patient and kind, and here she
Hi, my name is Jakuri, and I'm in 5th grade at Findlay. I like to read, especially chapter books. I like math and science because I like to do experiments. When I get older, I would like to be a doctor because I want to know how to help people. Right now, I'm interested in doctors who perform heart surgeries. Thank you for giving me this honor.
Jakuri also worked backstage on a performance of The Lion King and worked with all the stage. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of you, we have seen a cross-section of the future of our country and ways to reach out to other countries from the backgrounds of these students. Let's give them a big hand for their ability. Guess I don't need the step. Okay, now comes the fun part of the presentation, is what we present to the students as sort of a reward for being good students. Number 1, each student gets an apple. That's an apple for his teacher, because without the teachers, they wouldn't be here. Number 2, we're giving them a Golden K t-shirt. Now, I've had a little problems with communications on getting the right sizes of t-shirts, and if it is not your size, let me know and we will try to get a correct size for your t-shirt. One of our members always likes to make sure that the students are well fed, so there's a gift card to McDonald's for $25. They can take themselves out and maybe their families too. And perhaps the best part of it is we give each student a Kindle Fire computer to use, which I'm sure all of them are probably smart enough that they can use it much better than I ever could. I am virtually computer illiterate. And we're going to want the students to put their shirts on at the end of the meeting so we can take pictures of them. And I'm going to start with Capitol View and go in order, I hope. No, I guess I'm going with Findlay first. And alphabetical order by last name. Veronica DeLara. Oh, yes, it is Capitol View. Veronica, congratulations. In addition, we've given them a certificate saying they are an honor student. I don't know how long you can expect a 5th grader to keep this hanging in their bedroom, but maybe for a little while. Mas Kukwandi. Mas, did I get it close? Congratulations. Hazel Melcourt. Hazel, you can be an inspiration to us all because you just keep going in spite of everything. Angel Diequez Perez. Did I get your first name better? Okay. Congratulations. Now moving to Findlay School, Jakari Hinton. Anthony Perez Aquilar. Congratulations, Anthony. And Sherry Williams. And again, I'd like to point out that none of these students are what we consider a normal or average student, being white, middle-class Americans. They have backgrounds that go to many countries in this world, and they will be leaders in their communities to come. Okay, that is the end of our program. Thank you very much, and I hope these students have fun with their computers. And I want to thank the principals of the 2 schools, Marcia Kerber and Barb Adams. They are coordinating a great deal of help for getting this program set up and for providing us with schools. Since we have some time, I would like the members of this club who mentor at Capitol View and Findlay by reading with students to stand up, and let's recognize them. We can't understand the importance of someone who may be an English learner, having someone who speaks American English talk to them even 15 minutes a day. And so go from there. We have one more item, which I forgot about. And we also in each year give an unrestricted grant to each of the schools. And so I have asked Don Newman to do that, and I'd like Mr. Kerfer and Mrs. Adams come up for those presentations.
Keep it short.
Why I'm here, I'm not sure, because I'm a member of the Has-Been Club, and I really have been a has-been.
Don.
Oh, can you hear me? You don't want to miss
No.
any of this. Long years of observation, I would report to you, as has already been said, that Findlay and Capitol View schools are two of the best in the city of Des Moines, and to that end, their principals are the best. They're the pick of the litter. So I'm pleased to have known them and still do know them. So, hey, folks, would you students applaud if you think Findlay and Capitol View are good schools? Well, in alphabetical order, and I've got this extensive notes here. Marcia Kerber. She's a very nice looking lady, and she's been principal since 2013. Is that about right? That's what the record says. Yeah, well, you were principal before that elsewhere. You were also a teacher before that elsewhere. Okay. And this is, again, my judgment, but she is the best principal that Capitol View has ever had, with maybe one. There was one other lady, her first was Sandy O'Brien, and she was top flight too, and she was good because she had a connection to Y Camp also. So, but do I have time? Can I digress? Yes. We've had a long relationship with Capitol View, and two of our who wants to argue with me on that? Two of our pioneer members were Bob Long and Ed Bloom. They came on early. Bob Long's parents were, they had hearing problems, and Bob could do sign language like my friend here. So Bob was very active in that line of endeavor. And Ed Bloom, he, as a matter of fact, has a tree planted on the campus, and I think it's still surviving. So Ed Bloom was quite a guy, and so those go back a long way with Capitol View. Having said more than I should probably, I'd like to present this, says Capitol View, to you in honor of your fine work, and if you want to say a word or two.
Thank you. That's two. Is that good? You have been a great partner to Capitol View over the years, and it's been a pleasure working with you since I've been there. In addition to the monetary support that you give us, opportunities like this for our children to get out in the community and be recognized, but also to see, mentors and to see what might be good for them to do when they get older and be in service to their community, I think is important for them too. So we just appreciate everything you do here when you come to our buildings. I'm looking at Marilyn, and the monetary, all of the support that you do. I've met some new members this year as well. So we really appreciate it. But this is really a special thing that the 5th grade teachers and I just really enjoy coming to every year. And so thank you.
And then there's Finley. If you don't know her too well and you really respect her, you call her Dr. Adams. If you know her next best, you call her Barbara Adams. And if you really know her, you call her Barb. Is that okay? They've got a bunch of cutting-edge programs going on at Finley. It's remarkable. What's it called now? By degree or something like that? Where the students are in a sequential program. They can even earn money to put into a fund. Well, and they do have a consequential relationship with Harding and North and even college, Central College. So they're doing interesting and unusual and important stuff. So I think, I don't want to embarrass you, but are you the only elementary teacher who has a doctorate? No?
Elementary teacher, no. But I'm the only principal that was hired by Larry Strefflin.
Still got his hair, that's good. Hey, there's a story maybe before you came, but many years ago, some manufacturer of shoes gave a pair of shoes to all the kids. And some of us Kiwanis went over there and helped them wash their feet or get cleaned up for the new shoes. And it was a celebrated thing, but the highlight of the event was the visit of Lolo Jones. And Lolo was providing autographs for the kids, and they had a pretty long line. And after it was over, I was standing with one of the second or third graders, and he or she, I can't remember, he said, who's Lolo Jones? So they got autographs, but they didn't know who they got them from. So let's leave it at that. And could you say a few words in...
So the students, if you notice, the students put books in the center of your table. I hope you're sitting at a table with a book. Open it and look at the nameplate. These are brand new books. Yep, they are honoring all of you. Finley focuses on academics and leadership, and that's what we do with your money every year. So you come and read with our students. Your pictures are up by our library entrances. If you don't see your picture, it's on the other library door. And we so appreciate having a fantastic library and a wonderful librarian who's also a certified teacher. We also appreciate how much you support our students' leadership. Next week, all of us, Mr. Williams, Anthony, Jacori, Shire, and I are going to Y Camp. And what we learned there, you can't teach in a classroom of 4 walls. A night hike, a trust walk, listening to nature, thinking about survival, fishing in the stream and looking at what you think there's nothing in the water, and look under microscopes and you see there are lots of things in the river water. But most of all, the students come back excited about Y Camp, what they've learned, being on their own, and their teamwork. Words can't express how much we appreciate your support. Thank you.
I have one more thing. There are 2 cards on Capital View's table here. There are thank you notes to Kiwanis Industries and the Y for their partnering with us to serve kids. I would like the students to sign those before they leave. I'm sorry I didn't get that announced earlier.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you, Don. Yes, please pass those cards around and sign them so that we can go. It was not mentioned, and it should be. If you're wondering what the amount of the gift, our annual gift was to each school, let me remind you that those little envelopes include checks for $1,000 each. for Findlay and for Capitol View, and that money has been put to good use. Also, we should give a shout out, your McDonald's gifts, one of the nice gifts we give are courtesy of Dick Carey. The anonymous Dick Carey. Dick, could you stand up and be recognized? So we want to thank Dick. And this is also a commitment to continue doing it, Dick. You can't back out. Like many of you, I've reflected on my grade school as I hear from Hazel and Veronica and Angel and Moz, and marked by the differences. You look at these kids, Sherry, she's organized a group to advocate for the fair treatment of all people of diversity. I don't know about your 5th grade 70 years ago or so, 65 years ago, but mine had no concept of anybody working for diversity. And yet here we have these kids who are in the 5th grade and are doing it. You look at the comments, all respect, responsible, devoted, well-liked by their other kids. It's just a wonderful time to be with them. One other thought I had was that I've been blessed in employment by always looking forward to going to work. Always had jobs where I was enjoyed, and I think not only this, but I get paid for it too. And I would think that the teachers and the staff at Findlay and Capitol View, granted the challenges that they face and the stress that they face, still have to look forward to going to school, to working with these wonderful kids and their colleagues. And while many people thank Golden K for its involvement with these schools, we truly are blessed with having the opportunity to be involved with them. So thanks to one and all. Thanks to the kids, to the parents, to the teachers, and to Golden K for their service. We did, recognizing the extra attendance today, please, one final thing you can do to be of service is to pick up a donut if there are any left, and to celebrate that. We did order some extra ones. Thanks to Bob Braley, to Evan Thomas, and to Mike Shimshuk for organizing today. That being said, the kids and teachers have got to get back to work. Remember that there is a meeting of the orientation committee today, and think about attending next week, and staying around for the meeting of the orientation committee and getting updated on what we're doing. Any other thoughts or comments before we close for the order of the day? If not, thank you all, and it's just a wonderful time to celebrate being together.